Because the polls, of course, neck and neck, and the speeches from Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump more and more vitriolic, yeah. 2 months to go, what is it, 59 days or something from today to November the 8th poll. It seems to have been going on forever. Now, Jeffrey, you've just come back from America. Where are we now?
Counting the days till it ends, please, please. In fact, what we're seeing is that the Trump's failure at the Republican convention, Hillary's success led to a real bounce for her, about a 10-point lead. Inevitably, you can't sustain that in over 3-4 months. And his attacks on her integrity do stick. You saw the polls tighten. The latest one, the Rasmussen poll that came out yesterday, though, shows that she's back up to about a 4-point margin. But let's be clear, the complex American system the national polls don't matter. It's state polls. The electoral college is what matters. She needs 270 electoral votes. There are dozens of ways for her to get that. She seems to have a pretty secure path to 300. Trump has 1 or 2. I mean, what we're going to see is either in the extreme, a very slim Trump victory, which is highly unlikely, to the other extreme, a Hillary landslide. But there's every indication, barring some unknown, you have to be a little bit cautious 60 days, 59 days out, that she's going to win still.
What do you think, Agnes? Because we've heard a lot of pro and anti this. And of course, the polls, as we get closer, should actually become more accurate if we look at history.
She should be leading much, she should be far ahead.
She should be.
And, it's always, oh, yes, but she's unpopular. Well, so she's branded as aloof, as cool. That's usually what you say of a bright and intelligent woman. And so there's no problem with Hillary. Of course, it would be a third term for the Democrats, so that's always difficult. Of course, she's part of a dynasty, and she would come after her husband. But she wouldn't make a great president. And look at the alternative, too. I mean, after Brexit, I thought, OK, Trump is going to be president, and then Le Pen is going to be president in eight months' time in France. But I hope, the nightmare is going to end.
Yes. Brexit, definitely.
It's interesting that Trump apparently approves of Putin more than he approves of Obama as a national leader. And he said it was because Putin had an 84% approval rating. He doesn't seem to know what happens to people who disapprove of Putin and Russia. I think Stalin must have had a 100% approval rating. I mean, the degree of ignorance, is absolutely terrifying. And it's true that Hillary should be doing a lot better. Unfortunately, she's got a lot of baggage, and a lot of people regard her as dodgy. And that it's unfortunate that it wasn't somebody more, perhaps who would have been a less successful president, but a more popular figure like Joe Biden, who was running against Trump.
The events to watch in the coming weeks are the 3 presidential debates, and that's really Trump's last chance. And if you look at his style, his shallowness, his inability to study the issues, and she is a technocrat. She knows her stuff. She knows foreign policy as well as anybody on the planet. She has a deep understanding of domestic policy. If she doesn't misstep, and if the moderators of these debates hold Trump to account, which Matt Lauer, the fool from NBC, who was responsible this week for letting Trump get away with all these lies, if they do a better job than him, then this is Hillary's. But these will be compelling television, and the world will watch.
He is difficult because he just goes off on like this sort of wandering around.
Sure, and he makes let's this. They're not misstatements. They're just out and out lies. He said I didn't support the Iraq War. Well, that's not what he actually said to Howard Stern on radio, on record. At the time, he did support it, and later he recanted, and he said this week, "Oh no, I never supported it." I mean,
what amazed me, okay, maybe he's a clown. I'm talking about Trump. Maybe he is a warmonger, but what amazed me? Why this hatred toward his statement that Putin is doing much better as a president than Obama, or he's praising Putin. Maybe it's good for us and the whole world. Maybe if there is some sort of understanding between the American president president and the Russian president,
simple
this
as
could
that.
be a recipe for peace.
But Barry, not
not
Barry, it's not
wars.
as no, it's not as
why don't we
Barry,
see it that
it's not
way?
as sophisticated as that. He's not saying Putin is a potentially dangerous man, but we can find ways of dealing with him.
Why
That's
not?
what he's saying. He's saying, I admire him because he's the better mafia boss. He's the more successful boss of his
And he's
country.
got great
And
ideas.
look at how he's leading.
But he is genuinely
Yes,
he
but he's doing that. He's doing
revived
that by crushing human rights, by crushing civil liberties, by crushing a free media. Is that what you want? Is that what you think would be advisable for America? Is that the model you want for the American presidency?
Presidents invaded Iraq, killed millions of people. Let us be frank. Putin, I'm not defending him, but he revived Russia as a superpower. Now he has the upper hand in the Middle East. Now he has the upper hand in Ukraine.
But
he has
that's entirely because of the
Crimea in
weakness
his
of
hand.
Western
Now
leadership.
he is improving the standard of living of his people.
Right.
So he is a good president for his own people. Why not?
Not
What's wrong
if they
with that?
disagree with him.
No, not if they disagree with them. Then they're dead or exiled or out of a job. But the difficulty with that argument is that Russia has gained and Putin has gained the position that he had through Western weakness. And that was the fault, I'm afraid, of the Obama administration.
But what's the Western strength? To go to
Oh,
war?
no.
What
But
Trump is
Hillary would be,
admiring in
actually.
Putin
Hillary would be.
What Trump is admiring in Putin is his no-nonsense, is his iron fist, and that is nothing, nothing for those of us in the West to look on with affection.
No.
Well, I mean, what it proves is that Putin is very clever as a lot of ex-KGB agent, and he knows how to identify the weakness in the enemy. And Trump completely fell for it, showing his great stupidity. And so you have a potential American president, an unwilling agent of Russia. This is not possible, Barry. This is not possible.
He's not agent. The problem is he's saying the truth. Trump. For the first time, he is not lying. For the first time, Trump is not lying, saying Putin is doing very well. He's a strong leader. He revived his country. And
at what cost, though? I mean, if that's the cost that America is going to pay to so-called revive a country which is really not sagging.
Why not?
We need two superpowers. We need balance in the top of the world. We don't want when the American got the upper hands. Look what happened. Wars in Libya, wars in Afghanistan, wars in
the United States should
Syria,
become a totalitarian country
this is the problem.
in order to be as powerful a superpower as Russia. Is that what you're saying? The United States should become a totalitarian country in order to be. Well, that's what you're saying. That's what you are saying.
There is election in Russia. And Putin was elected.
But he's also erased his opposition.
Okay. He eliminated the opposition.
Okay, we'll continue after the titles. Thank you very much. That is all we have time for this week. They are continuing to talk, I think. We'll be back next week at the same time, same place, of course. Thank you very much for watching. And you can comment on the programme. You might have some on Twitter @Maxine Mouini, #BBC Dateline. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.